All Academy. Always with you.
Hello my dear students, welcome to this online video lecture on elements of mechanical engineering. So in the previous session we have discussed the very important topic, that is a solar energy, and in that we have discussed how the solar energy is converted into electrical energy. Then we have discussed the solar flat plate collector, then we have discussed the parabolic collector, and even we have discussed the solar pond. So in today's session, we're going to discuss the wind energy and the working of a windmill and their advantages and disadvantages in details. So without wasting much time, let us begin with today's session. Now the wind energy is the energy contained in the force of winds blowing across the earth surface. Now the wind energy is defined as the kinetic energy associated with a movement of large mass of air over the earth surface. Means when there is a movement, means obviously there will be kinetic energy. So the wind energy, it is the kinetic energy associated with a movement of an air over the earth surface. And this movement of an air or the circulation of an air in the atmosphere is caused by the non-uniform heating of an earth surface by the sun. This non-uniform heating is on the surface is because of sun, as earth will be continuously rotating and it will be changing its position. So the sunlight, whatever sunlight falling on the earth surface, its intensity will going to reduce as the earth rotates. So as a result, so there will be uniform heating with respect to time. So when this uniform heating of an air is immediately above the air, means the air which is immediately above warms the and expands. As a result, the whatever air which is at the top layer, they will becomes less dense, and then this air is pushed forward or upwards by the less dense air. Means the whatever the air which is having a higher density, that will pushes this less denser air to upwards, and that will causes the recirculation. As we all know that any gases, if we go on heating, its density will going to decreases because the molecule will becomes free. As a result, the density of an air will or gases will reduces, and so due to the density differences, the lower density airs or gases will they will start to move in upward, and the gases which is having a higher density, so they will come downwards or they will settle down. The same thing is seen in this winds. Means as the sunlight comes, the uniform heating is there, uniform heating will be there. That creates the some part of an air getting heated, so that will create the heating of some air, and that air will have a lesser density, and the airs which are not heated, so they will settle down and they will push this less denser air, so that will causes the circulation of an air. Now the wind possess the kinetic energy, yes, so because there is a movement, means obviously there must be some kinetic energy. So that kinetic energy is by virtue of a motion of an air for some quantity of wind or due to this blowing, so there will be kinetic energy. Any device or capable of the slowing down the mass of air moving, means the motion means it is the mass of air moving. So there are devices which are capable of controlling or slowing down this mass of an air, like sail, propeller. So these devices can extract the whatever energy, that is kinetic energy having the available in this wind, so that can be converted into some useful energies. Now the kinetic energy of 1 cubic meter of an air blowing at a velocity v. So kinetic energy means, so the whatever energy is there, if I want to calculate, so let us take the 1 cubic meter of an air which is blowing at a velocity v. So then the kinetic energy is given by the equation, that is E is equals to half rho v square. Means where E is the kinetic energy, rho is the density of an air, and v is the velocity through which at which this wind is or the air is flowing. So the kinetic energy of an 1 cubic meter of an air is given by E is equals to half rho v square. Now the rate at which this wind energy is transferred means the wind energy is converted into some useful work. So that is defined as wind power. So the wind power is given by P equals to E into V, where E is the energy, that is kinetic energy, V is the velocity, and P is the wind power. So already we have calculated the kinetic energy. Let us substitute that one. P is equals to half rho V square into V. So then the wind power will becomes P is equals to half rho V cube. So this is the amount or the rate at which the wind energy is getting converted, or it is the wind power. We can say that it is a wind power, that is P is equals to half rho V cube. Now it has been found that the maximum power output, for maximum power output, the exit velocity is equal to the 1/3 of the entrance velocity. Means if I achieve some maximum power, means in that condition the exit velocity will be 1/3 of an entrance velocity. Means then only that if the velocity reduces means, so that is converted into energy. So from this statement I can say that the maximum of 60% of available energy in the wind is converted into useful mechanical work. Now this can be achieved by the device called windmills, so which is commonly known. So here in this figure you are observing, no, so these are the windmills. So these mills extract the energy from the wind, and that energy is converted into some useful work. So that useful work is a electrical work. The main purpose we are using, or we have developed these windmills, are to extract the electrical energy from the wind energy. Now again in these windmills we are having a different types. So let us discuss how this windmill mill works, and how the construction takes place, and how these can extract the energy or how this windmill helps us to develop the electrical energy from the wind energy. The windmill is the oldest device built to convert the wind energy into mechanical energy. Means in the earlier days, whatever the windmills we have constructed, so those are concentrated only to extract the wind energy, and that is converted into mechanical energy. But nowadays we have been developed, and the whatever wind energy is there, that is converted into electrical energy. Means nowadays we are concentrating on the conversion of wind energy into final end product as a electrical energy. And in the earlier days, as I said, so only mechanical energy is from the wind energy, only mechanical energy is converted. So that mechanical energy is utilized for some of the applications like grinding, milling, and pumping application. Now here is a figure that shows the windmill that is used, or that is developed to extract the wind energy from electrical energy from the wind energy. Now it consists of a rotor, gearbox, nacelle, generator, power cable, tower, switchyards, and transformer unit. So these are the some basic, or these are the very required essential unit for any windmills of any size. Now the improvement in the performance means, in the earlier days whatever we had used for the earlier windmills, their performance and their working conditions have been improved by applying the sound engineering and the aerodynamic principle. So aerodynamic means, so whatever the air, the flowing, how the air will be flowing on these blades, all those studies are made, and these designs are come up, or these developments have come up to work or to make these windmills more efficiently, and to extract more quantity of electrical energy from the wind energy. So let us discuss how these windmills works. Now the wind energy is first converted into mechanical energy. So this figure shows you complete working of the windmill. So initially the wind, whatever air blowing on this turbines. So these are the turbine blades. So that will rotates. So that will rotates, and this rotational, that is a wind energy, is converted into mechanical energy. So this is a wind power and it is converted into mechanical energy in the gearbox and in the generator, and these turbines are coupled to generator in the mechanical energy. So then the mechanical energy is converted into electrical energy. So first, as the wind blows on, so these turbines will rotate, and these turbines are connected to gearbox. So these gearbox helps the turbine, whatever turbine blades are there which is rotating, so these gearbox will helps to adjustment of a speed. Means sometime the wind will be blowing at a very high speed, sometime the wind will be blowing at a very lower speed. So this turbine will this gearbox will help the turbine to adjust the speed, because we cannot make the turbines for a fixed velocity or for a fixed speed to rotate. So it has to adjust its speed based on the speed of velocity of an air. So that can be achieved by the gearbox. Then this gearbox in turn is connected to generator, where some quantity of, means the whatever energy is converted, mechanical energy, so that is converted into electrical energy. Again, this electrical energy is fed to power interference. So where these are converted into after conversion of mechanical energy and electrical energy, so these energy will be supplied to the grids at different places. So this is how the wind energy or electrical energy is extracted from the wind energy. And this question is a fixed question in your examination. With a need sketch, explain the wind energy. And in wind energy, there are two types of windmills. One is horizontal windmill and another is a vertical windmills. So whatever figure I have shown in the previous slides, that you need to draw and label all the parts. And even if possible, if you draw this one, so that will be very much easy for you to explain the working. Okay, explain the working. So in this figure, it clearly shows how the wind energy is converted into electrical energy. Now let us look into the advantages and disadvantages of a wind energy. So the wind energy is a renewable source. Yes, because it is available in a large quantity and it is a very eco-friendly. Now this wind energy can never be depleted like the other sources. Obviously the wind energy cannot be depleted, means as we go on uses, so they cannot be reduced. So it won't reduces or it cannot decays. So that will be continuously generating in this atmosphere. Now the wind farm is scalable, means based on the quantity of power I want to develop, so I can extract or I can scale the windmills. If I want large quantity, means I can place large number of windmills and I can generate the energy from this extraction. So the students, you can also see these kind of windmills, especially. So what you are observing in this figure, so this type of windmills you can see in the areas in the high, so where the velocity will be high, and especially in the little bit of the higher regions, so the mountain ranges you can find it. So in North Karnataka you can find these kind of windmills, especially in Gadag district of Kapatguda. And if you go to towards the southern regions, you can find them in the near Tumkur and some Chitradurga. So in those places you can find these windmills which are installed at different locations. So these can be scaled, means if I require more power, if I want to generate more power, means I can place the more windmills. And it is the best suitable for the remote areas like the hill regions. As I said, no, so to supply the power to the hill regions, it becomes very difficult. So these are very much suitable for the highly hill region, because at some heights the wind velocity will be very high, means as you go on a little bit the height increases, so the velocity you get, because the obstacles will be less. So if you place these in some very normal heights, so the wind velocity wind will be restricted by the atmospheric like buildings or some tall constructions, so that will affect the efficiency or the conversion of an electrical. So these are best suitable in the hill regions. And it does not causes the greenhouse effects or other pollutants, because there is no emission or there is no chemical reaction. So these does not produce or these will not harm the any atmosphere, or they does not harmful to any of the and surroundings. So these are eco-friendly devices. Now the disadvantages of wind energy or the windmills are the wind does not allows the blow consistent, means it does not always, so wind always does not blows continuously or in at a same rate, so it will be very fluctuating. Sometime you can find while traveling you can see these wind will be at rest, means they require some initial energy, so that speed if it is achieved then only these windmills will rotate. So wind does not always, so it does not always blows at a consistently, means a constant continuous power generation will not be there. It needs a big open space of a land to be on, means open space should be there. So you in the figure or in the images or when you are traveling at the distance you may find that they are very small. If you look into these windmills, they are large structures, they are the large structures, so it requires a very huge space, open space, so where there should not be any obstructions while rotating these or while for working of these windmills. Now the windmill farms are only suitable for certain regions, as I said, no, so hill regions means these are very much suitable for the hill regions where you will get sufficient quantity of an air, where the sufficient quantity of an air or the where the velocity of an air will be high, so that the energy extraction can be achieved very efficiently. Now the transportation and installation is very difficult. That is a major drawback of these windmills. So while traveling to these NH or highways, so there are big container, big carriers of the windmills. One blade is of a very much big length, so they are in size, they are very much big, and the transportation and installation becomes very much difficult for these windmills. So these are the few advantages and disadvantages of a windmill. Now let us look into some of the questions on this topic. So write a note on a wind energy. So for this question you need to write what is wind energy, how the kinetic energy is achieved in the wind energy, and what is the power, and what is the wind power or the quantity or rate at which the wind energy is transferred. All those things you need to explain it, and this may be asked for 5 to 6 marks. And the next question is, with a neat sketch explain the windmill. So the construction I have already shown you the different parts with a sketch, and also I have shown how the electrical energy is extracted from the wind energy with a principle or another split diagrams where the windmill, generator, gearbox, transforming unit and the yard. So all those I have shown it, and you need to draw any one of the diagram, or if you draw the windmill also that is okay. If you draw the second diagram whatever I have shown, that is also correct for your answers. And explain, next question is explain how the power is extracted from the wind energy. The same question it is asked in a different way, so you need to tell the working of this windmill, how the principle in the second one whatever I have shown now, so that you need to explain it. Next one is a list the advantages and disadvantages of wind energy. This question may be asked for 6 marks or 8 marks. If 6 marks is asked, means minimum 4 points has to be written in both in advantages as well as disadvantages. If it is asked for 8 marks, write minimum 6 points in advantages and 6 points in disadvantages. So okay dear students, so whatever the concept like on the wind energy, windmill, advantages and disadvantages, whatever we have discussed in today's session, so hope it is clear to you people. Still if you are having any doubts, you can comment it in a comment box and we'll try to clarify your doubts. So do share this video to your friends and your groups, so that even it will be very much useful to them also.
Click on subscribe button and press the bell icon to get updates from All Academy.